to Dergy be playing Persona 5. Let me guess. Yup. Invisible cat. I feel like this invisible cat is telling me to go to bed. Oh, why? Hey, this don't make any damn sense. The principal and even the parents know about the abuse. Why ain't anybody speaking up? Because volleyball. That I think is the most accurate answer there, which is sad. Yeah. It's basically because Kamoshida made the volleyball team famous, yeah. Even so, that don't give him the right to do whatever he wants. Agreed. But it's okay, we're gonna stop him. He's beating kids up, and all they're allowed to do is endure. And that follower of his doesn't give one single shit. Who are you talking about? On to Kamiki. You met her in the courtyard, remember? You should know her. I mean, she's in your class, dude. What a load of bull. I can't let it end like this. I'm gonna try and find someone who knows about what's going on with Kamoshida during break tomorrow. By the way, the Durgan here, the player is going to really quick check audio levels. Yeah, we're good. Good. I'm trying to find someone who knows about what's going on with Kamoshida during break tomorrow. Just you watch. I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up either, Ryuji. Let's do this. I'm beat from running around all day, so let's sleep. Let's be a sleepy Durgan. Oh boy. It's kind of emotionally bracing myself for how this arc really gets going, because it's, oh boy. I'm not even going to read most of these until, like, the game really gets going. Well, I probably might start reading most of them, but not for now. So about witnesses. I was wondering if we could get something out of Takamaki. Since she's with Kamoshida? No, that ain't why. You know how we didn't get a thing out of the volleyball team? I figured it'd be a good idea to talk to someone who knows him. Tamaki's BFFs at the start, a girl named Suzui. I tried to talk to that girl during break, but I got nothing. That's why we should have Takamaki talk to her. Then again, I guess it'll be hard getting her to help us. Sorry, let me see what I can come up with. Well, she's right in front of me, so might as well try, maybe? But I don't remember what Joker does in this situation right now.
Shouldn't you be heading to
Yeah, I'm not going to be listening to this stuff, because it's heavy. But again, y'all should know what's going on here. I don't really need to read all this for you, and there's just going to be a lot of emotionally heavy things that it's better for me to skip than not, while I'm also, trying to be entertaining,
What? Oh, I'm in the way,
doing my
aren't
best to be a good
Sorry.
commentator and YouTuber for y'all friends. Oof. Poor girl. Are you hurt?
Huh? Well... You don't look familiar. Could you be that transfer student from Class D?
Yep, that's me.
This might not be any of my business, but don't let the rumors get to you, okay?
Aw, she's really sweet. She does not, man. Poor girl. Kamoshida, man. It's okay. We're gonna get him for you. Oh, God. And y'all know exactly why I'm being so like this, right? I mean, y'all know why I'm already like, oh God, poor Sasui. Because the oh God, poor Sasui moment hasn't happened yet, but I can feel it. Because this game leaves an emotional impact, man. Especially this first arc. That's kind of why I have to skip a lot of this stuff. It's a little hard for me to just let play where I can see and hear it all again, Like, honestly, after the first playthrough, I don't think I ever didn't skip through this. And I've restarted the game and probably been past this arc a few times at least, It don't bother me.
I'm glad to hear that.
Aw.
My best friend is often misunderstood
Aw.
too. All
And
because
see,
of her
this
looks.
whole time, she was thinking about On. I love her, man. Too fucking bad Kamoshida had to ruin her goddamn life, but... Well, I'm hoping she can have a much better life than she thought she could after all this. Because we don't know what happens to her, but in my headcanon, it's good things. Because she deserves it, damn it. Do, do,
Damn it.
da,
Hell.
do, do, do. Find someone?
Is that what it looks like?
Yep.
All of them kept saying the same shit Mishima was talking about. Kamoshida had to have told him something.
Yep. That seems to be the case for sure.
At this rate, looks like we'll have to go to him directly.
There's no point, dude.
I know. But seriously, isn't there something we can do? No way I'm gonna give in like this. Can you think of anything?
Well, sneak
Oh,
attack.
that'd be fine if we could do it without getting caught, but if we did, we'd be seriously done for. You got any other ideas?
Yeah, I wonder if you can just go to the castle. Okay, okay. It looks like you can't actually tell about that.
So you want to tell them about the
Yeah.
castle? They'd never believe us.
Yeah.
Have any other? What do we do?
We have to go try to. We have to go try to beat his king. Let's punish the king.
The king? You mean that other world's Kamoshida? I didn't think of that, but is there any meaning to...
I finally found you.
You say something?
Don't think you can get away with not paying me back for helping you.
That voice... Is that you, Morgana?
How dare you up and leaving me the other day?
The cat's talking?
I am not a cat. This is just what happened when I came to this world.
So, in other words, you are a cat in this world, in every single conceivable way. I love Morgana. I also... A lot of his personality traits grate on me, but that's like how mascots work in Japan, I've noticed. It's like, the writers are like, okay, how can we make our mascot really annoying? Like, I don't know what that is, but it's a thing.
It was a lot of trouble finding you two.
Wait, you came to our world? Does that mean you've got a phone?
You don't need one when you're at my level. I did get pretty lost making my escape, though.
And by at his level, he just means that he was created to know about this stuff and to guide these people. You know, because again, I'm just letting all the spoilers hang out my everything, because again, y'all have seen this before, and I just want to talk about whatever I want to talk about when it comes up and play this game, and hope we all enjoy it. But anyway, yeah, Morgana's full of himself, and that's the number one thing that I'm not too fond of, but I'd say he certainly is much more of a good, positive presence and a helpful presence than a negative one. It's just that I wish they would tone down a lot of stuff, and that they wouldn't have the conflict towards the end of the original game where he basically runs away from us and gets caught. And now granted, it also brings Haru, who we won't be meeting for a while, into our team, but I love her. She's great and cute and wonderful. But y'all know by now that my heart belongs to Makoto, but in this game anyway. But regardless,
That aside, why can you talk? You're a cat.
How should I know?
You hearing this too?
Yep. Meow.
This is no time to be joking around.
The way Ryuji says that line is just perfect. Kudos to his voice actor, man. Kudos, dude.
You guys are having a rough time of this, I heard you mention something about witnesses.
Oh, shut up.
You know, I could tell you a thing or two about what to do about Kamoshida. You were pretty close just a moment ago.
God, that condescending attitude. This thing's gotta be Morgana.
Yep, that's one of the hallmark traits of this cat boy.
You were still doubting me?
God, quiet down.
We really have to be looking for a cat in a busy time like this?
I just heard a meow somewhere near here. Didn't you hear it?
Make sure you check every nook and cranny around.
Meow? Does that mean only us two can understand what you're saying?
Looks like it.
What the hell's going on? Anyways, what you were talking about earlier, is it for real?
You're quite the skeptic for being an idiot.
I really do like Morgana's quips. He really does have quite a bit of head on his shoulders, both in the size way and also the big brain way. He's got a big ol' head for that big brain. Moving on.
Hey, tell us more. Then again, this probably ain't the best place. Here, stick it in your bag for now. It should be just small enough to fit.
Hey! How dare you treat me like...
Well, I mean, you are a cat. Although, Ryuji's kind of trying to treat you like less than a
Work
cat.
with me.
That's what she said. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to make a sex joke. Yeah.
Enough of that. You said you know how we can do something about Kamoshida, right?
It has to do with what this guy was talking about earlier. You'll need to attack his castle.
What do you mean?
That castle is how Kamoshida views this school. He doesn't realize what happens in there, but it's deeply connected to the depths of his heart. Thus, if the castle disappears, it would naturally impact the real Kamoshida.
What'd happen?
A palace is a manifestation of a person's distorted desires. So, if that castle were no more...
His desires would go too.
Precisely. You sure pick up things fast.
For real? He's gonna turn good? But is that really getting back at him?
Erasing a palace essentially means forcing the owner to have a change of heart. However, even though their warped wants disappear, the crimes they committed remain. Kamoshida will become unable to bear the weight of those crimes, and he'll confess them himself.
You for real? That's possible?
And since the palace will no longer exist, he'll forget what we did there as well. Not only will we be able to bring Kamoshida down, but there won't even be a trace of our involvement.
That's amazing! You are one incredible cat!
True. Except for the cat part.
So, how do we get rid of the palace?
By stealing the treasure held within.
Stealing?
I'll tell you more once you agree to go ahead with this. It's my most valuable secret plan, after all. If you want to help me out, I'll gladly teach you. What's your call?
Our luck's running dry looking for witnesses. Guess we have no choice but to go along.
You're right. Let's do it.
Good. Oh, right. There's one more thing I should tell you. If we erase a palace, there is no doubt that the person's distorted desires will be erased as well. But desires are what we all need in order to survive. The will to sleep, eat, fall in love. Those sorts of things.
What are you getting at?
If all of those yearnings were to vanish, they'd be no different than someone who is shut down entirely. They may even die if they're not given proper care. So,
They might die?
will you listen to everything I have to say first?
What's interesting is this game doesn't go into this in the way that I'd expect. Because like it's sort of a consideration, of course. I don't think this ever really in that way, and just us ends up actually being part of the problem. At least, you know, not up until the palace in the third semester, because I think I haven't said this yet, but I actually have not touched the third semester of this of Royal yet.
Would their death be our fault?
Aren't you determined enough to face those kinds of risks?
Hey, what do you think?
We'll have to risk it, man.
For real?
It's kind of amazing. It's interesting to see Ryuji, who acts all hard, you know, all the time, go from, you know, that to being like, are you seriously considering killing him? Because I think he's actually threatened to kill the man before, at least, you know, half-heartedly, you know. I'm pretty sure he does that at one point. And I know there's a point where he starts wanting to beat the dude in real life. I don't remember when that is exactly. Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet, but yeah, it really shows how good a guy Ryuji really is deep down. This right here does. And I love that about his character.
Sheesh. I come all this way and this is what I get. It's not like anyone will ever
Jesus
find
Christ,
out.
Morgana's hardcore. He doesn't care about randomly killing a dude. Oh boy.
That's not the point. If we just go around secretly doing whatever we want, we'd be no better than that effing Kamoshida.
Yeah. I really love that Ryuji just sticks to his convictions hard. And that's why he doesn't want to kill him, regardless of everything he's done.
Isn't this your only option? I'll come back later. Make sure you've made your decision by then.
Man, we're getting all worked up for nothing. Damn it. I'll try and see if I can figure out another way. Come on, let's get out of here.
Oofle. Large Dergy oofle. Yo, some of the guys in my class have been talking about that Suzui girl. Looks like the rumors are going around about her and Kamoshida. Yeah, it's probably worse than we think it is right now. It is worse than we think it is. I do believe. Than we actually, probably think it is, because we're gonna learn what he did to her soon. I don't know if it's happened yet, but yeah. If they're true, it's no wonder I couldn't get her to talk. Still, something about that doesn't seem right. What do you mean? It's just impossible. I've known Takamaki and Suzui since middle school. Oh yeah, her too. Because they've been both friends since middle school. That's right. They were kind of acquaintances since then, I do believe, is really all they were, but there's just no way Kamoshida's their type, you know? So, I gotta wonder where those rumors came from. I guess we'll get to it tomorrow. See ya. Wonder what the other students are saying. I should listen in as I go home. See what people are saying on that one site. It's him. Oh yeah. Takamaki always looks kind of unhappy whenever Mr. Kamoshida talks to her. Maybe she doesn't want to talk to him at school to show off how she's got him wrapped around her finger. Oh my god. It's really the other way around. This is why I hate rumors. Because they only hurt people that are already hurting more. That's all rumors do. Oh, so that's what's going on. I wonder how far they've gone together. Oh my god, dude, seriously? Oh my god. No. I mean, Kamoshida's trying to get that far with her, but not yet. In fact, he doesn't end up being able to do so. But at what cost, though? Oy, Suzui. It's okay. We're gonna kick his ass, and it's gonna be great. Some new transfer student hanging out with Sakamoto-kun. Two of them are so scary because rumors have made us think they're scary because we're dumb and because we believe rumors. Come on, people. You're stupid if you believe rumors, so just don't believe rumors, don't spread rumors, just don't do that shit, okay? Be smart, don't rumor. That's the new quote of the day from the Durgan. You're welcome. You're welcome for this life advice from the Durgan, which I think is extremely powerful to follow, actually. Because rumors really... there's this weird psychological draw to stuff like rumors, but don't. It's hard to stop, but you need to stop even caring about rumors. Especially if they're about you, because that just drags you down. And you can't do anything about people spreading them. And if you're an asshole about it, then that just spreads more rumors and makes people dislike you even more. Yep, there's been times where I blew up at people about rumors about me, and it's not worth it. It's not worth just expressing that anger at them. It only makes it all worse. Yep, let's keep going, friends. You know, the people in those accidents, maybe he suddenly freaks out and attacks people. Huh? I don't think so. He's been coming to school. Actually, he almost seems normal. If pretty quiet and shut off. And she didn't say that quiet and shut off part, but that's how it feels to be like he comes off. And I definitely was like that in high school, and I tend to also be like that depending on the situation. These days as well. And from what I hear, after you have a psychotic breakdown, you go brain dead and die right there. Oof. Yeah, we're actually gonna be confirming that pretty soon. And we're also gonna be confirming the cause of that thing, which is extremely terrifying. And is pretty unsuspecting persons doing it too. Oh boy. Sakamoto's been asking questions about the volleyball team. Just who does he think he is? The volleyball team's never going to tell him anything. They're all completely loyal to Kamoshida. And that's the problem. Well, if Kamoshida likes him, their future's pretty much set. Of course they'd back him up. And that's the problem. Speaking of which, I hear Kamoshida's new favorite girl is named Suzui. Oh, the girl that was chosen to be a regular... your face was all swollen. It looked pretty bad. Oof. God damn. Yup. Favorite girl. In this case, does not mean something good at all. All of these people are basically just, like, deciding that that's, like, that Kamoshida's fucking these teenagers, not thinking, oh, hey, that must mean he's a pedophile and we should report him? No, no. That's not what they're doing. What the shit, people? And she even looks hot in a jersey. I wonder if I have a shot with her. You really want Kamoshida's leftovers? Oh my god, really? You feel level 10. She's so cute first year. There's a girl like that? I didn't look at all. Oh my god. People, how about, like, instead of looking at other human beings as pieces of meat, because, okay, I'm demisexual, okay? I've never been as focused on physical appearance as most people seem to be, and I'm glad. Because I swear to God that a lot of the cause of so much of the suffering in the world is by people putting looks before things that are actually fucking matter. Like your integrity and your personality and just who you are underneath that skin, you know? Anyway. I swear to God, the people being horny because of someone's appearance, like, of course, if someone looks hot, I do enjoy that, but I don't really get attracted to females unless I really like their personality, and guys too. I'm kind of like bi and demisexual. I'm kind of like still figuring out which one I'm leaning more towards, but I think it's more of the demisexual direction, because there's been times where the only person on my mind's been a guy because I really liked how he is. And then there's, you know, it's been more with girls, but it just, you know, if I meet someone I'm like, wow, I really, really like this person and things about them, then that is why I like them, not because they look a certain way, you know. I don't know, man. I just don't get why most people are so much like this, and it kind of, I just feel wrong listening to stuff like this. Wait, no, not these guys, the other two, right? Yeah. Okay, no, okay, I think okay, I think it might have been a different conversation that they were having before, because that one's different, actually. It looks like there was two different ones, but yeah, this is the stuff they're saying about, like, you can kind of pick up what's going on if you're on the first, well, sort of, anyway, but it's because, you know, return home, Move the stick to the beat of the song, because it's fun. Okay, so let's go home. Actually, I think I remember. I bet this is when it's gonna happen. Right about here, right? No, maybe not. Maybe it isn't today, but I swear it is today. Because, yeah, I think you go to Station Square. Yeah, okay, yep, this is the day. Again, I'm not even going to really... Again, you know, this heavy stuff involving Kamoshida and these two poor girls. Especially Suzui. I'm not going to... You know, I'm gonna skip past it, because it's really... I don't even look at the screen when I'm skipping it. This stuff is that emotionally to me. So, poor girls. Alright, I'm eavesdropping. Yep, totally. Just gonna admit it. Just gonna be bold and realize it. Something about a friend. Follow the grill, follow the grill, follow the on, help the on, eat the on. Actually, don't eat her. Kamoshida's trying to yeet her into his penis. That made no sense. I don't know why I said yeet her. But I said that, okay? I don't know why I said that. My excuse is I'm hungover and loopy. I don't know. That's my excuse. I'm saying weird shit because of that. Well, okay. There we go. That always trips you. I always try to go up, like, I always try to first, oops, okay, now it's making me do this, whoops. But I always try to go down one of these up escalators because they're the closest to the door, you know? I always do that every time that I get to this section. I remember that vividly. The closest to where we came from, not the door, the hallway that we just came from, you know? Yeah, she's cute, but she's not really interested in love right now, actually. She's only gonna be interested in us, maybe, if we play our cards right in her direction, but we're gonna be playing them in Makoto's direction, because goddamn, I love her. Regardless.
Stop following me! Just leave me alone!
Sorry, On. Are you okay? I want to talk. Just want to talk to her. There we go, we did it. Kamoshida? Yep, and this cutscene. Skippity. Cause, yeah, heavy shiznit, man. Once again, I'm gonna skip this dialogue until we're over this part. Actually, wait. Here we go. I think it's actually really over most of the heavy stuff. So, maybe that's why. There's something therapeutic about talking to a stranger. Because they're not gonna judge you like someone who knows and loves you would, you know? Because they have their lenses on, because they're trying to protect their relationship with you, and a lot of times, that person trying to protect you is actually not what you need, as much as that is counterintuitive to most people trying to help people, and I do this too, you know, when I see that one of my friends has fallen on hard times, you know? But a lot of times it's just really, really, really nice to just talk to anyone about this kind of stuff that doesn't know you, that can give you an unbiased lens, you know? Maybe that's why.
You might be right.
I thought she didn't... I thought she didn't voice act that line. In fact, I feel like she didn't voice act that line in the original. I'm pretty darn certain there are some extra lines in this game, and actually I'm pretty sure some other YouTubers who actually researched this that I saw videos of when Royal came out confirmed that there is some new pieces of voice acting. I really like that they took the opportunity of Royal to do that. And yeah, it's $60 more for the same game plus some bells and whistles and some extra content, but I mean, it's 3 years later, you know, and for people like me that played the original around when it came out, and then bought Royal, it really is nice to be like, oh hey, this is the same game I love and remember, but it's got a lot of nice stuff on it. And I'd say that all of that is, you know, and all the gameplay stuff they added and tweaked, I'd say is worth the 60. And I know that a lot of people don't seem to think otherwise, don't seem to think that in the community, but I also feel like a lot of gamers need to stop feeling entitled. This game is very good for what it is, I would say. Like, you know, as kind of an add-on to 5, and I feel like something like DLC, or a cheaper price, at least, for this, would have been better. But, like, honestly, if they released this as, like, $20, no one would complain, probably, in the same way. But Atlus and companies like that always do this kind of stuff, because the otakus in Japan will buy it, and so will weebs over here in America and elsewhere. Anyway, elsewhere in the world besides Japan.
So weird. Usually everyone just ignores me.
Yep, I feel that, and that's why I talk to people like this in real life too, the people that tend to be ignored, because I know that feeling. I always try to make these people, you know, feel noticed, because when it happens to me, it's really nice. And that's another reason I connect with this game and its story so much.
Are you really a bad person? I've heard people talking about you, but I just don't see it.
What are they saying?
That you assaulted someone. That you almost killed them. Kinda had a feeling they were all just exaggerations.
Yep. And you don't even know the half of it, girl. Like, yeah, I kinda barely pushed him, I think was what really happened. And then, yeah, he had the power to really bring the hammer down on me.
You seemed lonely. Almost like you didn't belong anywhere.
Yep, that'd be the Durgan. And again, that's why I connect with this game so well. Like, well, I don't know if I actually feel lonely, though. Maybe pretty often when I was a kid and teen, but I would say that I don't really feel lonely anymore. I've become rather comfortable with being as alone as I tend to be, and just have my small circle of friends that I mostly connect with through the internet these days, especially with all the COVID things going on. And I definitely would like to integrate into society a little bit more, but through means that work for me. And right now, what I'm trying to do is integrate into society through doing stuff like these videos and other things that I'm passionate about, and eventually get to a point where I have a place in society that I created, and not just a place in society that I try to keep by being someone I'm not, which seems to be what most people do every day. I think that's a really important thing to do, and that's probably why I don't feel lonely, because my tribe is mostly me right now, and I have a feeling that it is going to change and include a lot more people later. And my tribe does include some close friends of mine that share my interests and keep, motivating me to do the things that I love. And I've realized that that's what makes me happy, is just doing what I love. And granted, I'm not in the best situation right now. My parents, I'm still living with my parents at 26, and my parents could run out of money at some point before I get my shit together enough to make enough to even fathom moving out. And getting jobs have been very difficult, to the point where I'm not trying anymore. I'm trying to do what I love for a living, because it's the kind of thing I can stick to and that I can do without continuing to tiringly stick my neck out for something that keeps not working, This way I can make gradual progress and make a bit of money, and I already am, on the internet. So, random tangent, but I feel like it's important to just let your mind go and talk about these kinds of things sometimes. And if I get people that'll listen to this and that it'll help them, then mission goddamn succeeded. And even if not, I'd say mission succeeded anyway, because I just wanted a place to express myself that people might see. And just the possibility of people seeing. Rather than definitely no one will ever see because I haven't put this anywhere, and I only did it, on my own, and, no one will ever see this, like, it's therapeutic just thinking, hey, people could see this and enjoy it and get something from it, or at least sympathize with you, and, and I'm hoping people get some sort of enjoyment from this, or enjoy me talking about this, or something like that,
You're the same in that regard. Maybe that's why it was so easy for me to talk to you.
Yeah, and I've noticed that a lot of my friends tend to share that sentiment of we're rather outcasty people. And that's kind of how it goes. You've got to stick with other outcasts because no one else... It's almost like there's just types of people that tend to be outcasts because for some reason or another, other people are much more liable to look down on them and prejudge them and move away from them than other types of people. And I'm certainly in that group. But the beauty, side to that ugly side of the coin is that a lot of times those other outcasts, because they get you, they get that struggle, you can bond very easily with people like that when you find them. A lot more easily than anyone else, because everyone else is not gonna be so inclined to care about you. I don't know why it is, but there's just some people. It's just like we're generally wired. It's like most people are wired to dislike people that are different from them. And I'm just glad that I don't at least feel like I'm very much like that. And I can I feel like I can get along with and respect anyone as long as my emotions don't get the better of me. Because there have been times when they have, and then I suddenly stopped being as respectful as I tend to usually be because of frustrations and the like, but that's the only time that I really end up not doing that. Anyway, tangent over, it's just that, there's a lot of nuance to being an outcast. I think there's some really good sides of it, and there's a unique position for outcasts to be able to, especially with the technology and power of communication that we have with all this technology these days. I think that there's a lot of power for outcasts to be able to reach more people than outcasts would ever have been able to reach not very long ago whatsoever. And perhaps do some good that way. Hopefully do some good. I certainly would love to feel like I've really done a lot of good with this channel for other people. And I feel like I'm at least doing some good for myself, and that I'm not doing things that are... I'm doing my best at least to not do things that other people are going to hate or feel like... or feel... I don't know. Well, I don't know. I should probably stop thinking like that people should like this. Like, that's not what I think. I'm trying to explain what I mean. What I mean is I don't want anyone to feel like this invalidates them or is something that shouldn't be. Like, there's types of entertainment that I think shouldn't exist. And all I know is I want to be the opposite of that. Entertainment that helps people, that enriches, that does not harm. Anyway. I honestly feel like a lot of... maybe not the platforms themselves, but a lot of the things that end up being perpetuated by social media, the types of things that happen in regards to social media, it's just toxic. Things like that. And types of YouTube videos that are clearly just for getting attention, and there's nothing else about them. And other than the attention getting. And it's just this soulless content that often is just for other people's amusement. Like, this soulless idea of amusement. I'm just like, why? Anyway.
I wish he'd just change his mind. Like, forget about me and everything.
It's okay, On. We actually can make that happen. Now, in real life, I don't think that's really that easy, but, we can help you here. And in real life, I really just, all I've noticed, I'm 26 years old, and I felt like I absolutely had to hide from the world every second of my life for a long time. And I finally don't feel like I need to, because I came to terms with a lot of emotional things, and On Here really reminds me of me a long time ago. Now, granted, not the things she went through as much as just, of course, not the things she went through. I'm a white male. I have it way better than most people, and I know that, and I wish I didn't, frankly. I don't like having, as much privilege as I do. I feel like my life has just been a fucking walk in the park, and that frustrates me because my fucking walk in the park has been miserable for me at times, because of just how I feel, how deeply I feel everything. But by going through all that for 26 years of living, I've come out the other side, and I now realize, hey, okay, I'm still probably going to have these rather reclusive tendencies, but I can reach out and do something good for people, hopefully, and at least enlighten their days, just like a lot of gaming content enlightens my day by making gaming content. And I also write, and I want to do good for people by writing as well, and So anywho, friends, apologies for that ramble. If you really just are like, okay, get on with it, or this is too heavy for me, I apologize. But again, a lot of these videos I'm doing for me more than anyone else right now, but that's because I feel like I need this, and it's also more for others than... It's not entirely a selfish thing, because I still want to entertain and enrich people through these things. So it's a step in the right direction for me, making these videos. And this year, I'm going to absolutely continue to make videos. I've already wrestled with the idea of quitting. You know why? Because there's no one watching my videos yet. But And I'm just kind of holding out hope, and I keep needing to remind myself that being beholden to things like views is the problem of the internet, that I want to show people that they don't have to be burdened by it all while still using the powerful tool that is the internet. And so I'm working on not being burdened by that whatsoever. Which means that what I need to do is become content with just making content to make content, and everything else does not matter. Not just making content to make content, let's rephrase that. Making content for the purpose of doing it for a good purpose, and also because I love it. You know, so, anywho. And also sticking with content that I love.
Like
not being beholden to things like views and stuff like that. On hug. I like to be more optimistic than not, and I feel like miserable people like to decide that optimistic people are extremely naive because it, frankly, makes them feel better about how they feel miserable about everything. So I you know, answers like this just feel like it's better to try to think the positive things more often than not, because it just helps your energy levels be in a better place to deal with people better and yourself better, and you don't feel as tired, you know, you don't feel as drained by all the negativity in your head that you were letting perpetuate. And so, you know, when people tell me I'm naive, I just look at them like, I'm sorry for you. Optimism is power to me. It's one of the things that's kept me going.
I wasn't asking for a serious response. But I do feel a bit better now. I'm gonna head home. Don't tell anyone what I told you, okay? I'll try and think of a way to persuade Kamoshida. Well, thanks.
On hug. Ah, cute, 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 cute. Cute, cute.
Suzui.
Really gonna skip this shit. So much skippage about to happen here. You have no idea, friends. You know, I'm kind of miffed that you can only lie here. I feel like the answer he would respond to best, just knowing Sojiro, in my opinion, if you had an option here that said, there was this girl from my class who really seemed distressed, so I stopped to talk to her and help her feel better. If you could just at least say that here, I feel like he'd take it better than all these other options. But, oh well. Yep, made a friend, Ryuji, he's a bro. And again, I'm skipping through all this because, again, like, Sojiro being his way, the way he is at the beginning of the game really grates on me, frankly, so. So, what do you think about what Morgana told us? I don't know if I get all that stuff about stealing desires, and Kamoshida's gonna turn, like, brain dead if we mess up, right? I mean, sure, I'm pissed at him, but I don't know if I really want to kill the guy. He deserves it now. Yeah, that's too much. For sure. I mean, maybe I'm just freaking out, but I don't want to end up a murderer because of this shit. Oh, well. I'll try to see if I can come up with some other way tonight. Something's gonna force our hands. Just kinda, just telling you, Ryuji, I can see into the future, and it's not very bright right now. I'd say it's bright, later at certain points throughout the game, but not in the immediate future. Oh boy, no. No. Alright, friends, before the real heavy shit happens, I need an emotional break from spilling my guts like that, because, again, I think, honestly, people should just be a lot more tolerant of that, so I just feel like spilling my guts that way is something that I absolutely need to do on these videos for myself and for the betterment of humanity in general. But anywho, friendos, I hope y'all have lovely, lovely days. Like, comment, and subscrizzle if you'd like to, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, friends!